Good morning, noodlers. Keep your energy up on Wednesday, 11/19/14. Already past the middle of the month. I mean, I swear to God, it was the first yesterday. What happened? For those of you who, I'm sorry, this is welcome to Sell a House, Arizona Wholesale Real Estate Training number 47 in a series of unlimited amount. These are training sessions for our noodlers. You guys, the public who's able to see these right now, you're getting a special treat. You're getting a special invitation right around these days. There's going to be a time when I don't know, maybe you don't get to see these anymore because we have to keep this information, within the realm of those who are, of the right mindset that want to make lots of money flipping real estate and doing it the right way. So maybe these end someday. I don't know. We'll just have to see where it takes us. But good morning, John. What do you think?
Good morning, Paul. It's Wednesday, and I think that I'm excited to have a new member of the team, Lachlan, who joined us, and he started yesterday. And guess what, Paul? He got me. He started yesterday, and he's already got an appointment to go make an offer on a house this afternoon. One day, one day, working our system. He's going to be making an offer on a house. Well, I'll be making the offer on his behalf. But how amazing is that? Lachlan, good job. I mean, he's been in Arizona trying to do this wholesale business now for quite a few months. He's gotten nowhere. He does have some, I got to tell you, Lachlan, you're great with what you do, and he has a lot of experience doing wholesale real estate in Florida. He thought he'd come out to the Phoenix market and kill it, but he quickly realized the differences in the marketplace and what we showed him we do yesterday, and he was able to work our system and get his first appointment. And he was just blown away because he's like, man, if I did what you guys are doing here in Phoenix, not only is it working fantastically for you guys in Phoenix, but if I duplicated this system in Florida, I could have taken what I was doing there and increased tenfold my
Crushed
amount
it.
of volume.
Crushed it. You could have crushed it.
So I'm just flat out excited because you know what? This is we've got our first group of noodlers. We might take one more right now to work directly with Paul and I as we develop this system. And yeah, these hangouts, they're going to end probably, I'd say sometime around the beginning of the second quarter next year, because at that point we're going to have to close the doors and this is going to be this is going to be something that we're not going to offer for free anymore. We got our beta test group, and it is kicking so much ass, and I'm just really excited. I want to just congratulate Lachlan and Mark too, because just before I toss it back to Paul, I just want to point out Mark's accomplishment this week is he worked our system and took him about a week. He got us in front of our first seller client, and guess what?
He's probably actually got a deal there that is just delayed because of the circumstance.
Right. It's delayed because of the circumstance. It's going to be a deal for us. He did really well with the seller client. Our offer was pretty much verbally accepted. It just has to be presented to a couple of people because of the property being in a trust. And I've worked with these kind of properties before. So to me, the way it left off, I'm in a good position. A deal that's not going to happen overnight. But the real exciting thing about the relationship that we helped Mark build here in the last couple days is guys looking to liquidate a rental package of 24 homes. And he wants us to help with that liquidation. And Mark is just flat out excited because you make about $5K per home for a package deal. Do the math. That's about $125,000 potential profit for this fucking guy. Excuse my language. And he's been only working our system for a week. So I'm just happy because it's working. It's working for Paul and I. That's why we began presenting the Noodler Hangouts, and it's working for the people that stepped up to the plate and joined the team. So I think we've got maybe one more position open right now. And if you're the right person and we're the right guys for you, you better hurry up and get on board, because this opportunity isn't going to be around for a very long time. And it's ground floor, and it's awesome. So I'm going to throw it back to Paul.
I'm going to say, yeah, awesome job by the guys. Awesome system. Everything's great. The whole idea about one more, what John's saying, that's one more local right here in the Phoenix market, because, quite frankly, for us, it's going to be too overwhelming to be dealing with more than that. And I think the having 3 people on board, and we've already got a couple other people in positions, different type of positions, not necessarily a quote noodler position, although maybe they are noodlers, but they don't know it yet. But we've got a couple other people in place. I think we've got a core group of a mastermind session here, of a mastermind of enough experience in the field to gather this. What we'd really like now, because we've got like 3 people that have a level of experience, what we'd really like now, and I'd like to throw this out there to you guys, is we'd like to get somebody in here who knows squat, nothing. Let us take you from knowing nothing to making bank in no time flat. That's what we'd like to have, so that we can really, we can maybe, use you as a poster child, saying, hey, I'm the guy that walked off the street not even knowing, how to buy a house from a real estate agent, let alone how to go out there and flip houses and make money. And bam, I was making bank in no time flat. And we'd love to have you be our last beta guy here in this group right now. So anybody out there who's ever been dreaming about, the whole idea of possibly making big fat checks, flipping wholesale real estate, send that email right here to propertynoodlers@gmail.com. Send them quick, one spot available, and we want you now. And also I want to throw out there too that, like I said, locally here in the Phoenix market, we want one more live person like that. But what we'd like to have is maybe another semi-experienced person in another market somewhere who's interested in, because we'd like to definitely start opening the door to, there's going to be a lot of training. You're not going to, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to jump you right into, you're getting a deal next week, because we're going to have to train you on how our system gets deals, first of all, okay? But if you're interested in taking what is crushing it here and start crushing it in your city because you're the only one that's doing it, then give us a call, because we definitely want to start getting some of that developed as well. So beta test group, one spot open. We want the newest of newbie right now that has nothing in their heart and soul but a dream. Call, or can't call an email, guys, but send that email right now. We want to fill this spot right away and get this thing put together so we can get it out there to you guys. So I just wanted to throw that in, and I want to go ahead and start leading us into this call. I want to say that for anybody who's just jumped onto these, maybe stumbled across this here, maybe getting a little bit excited about what we're talking about here, I invite you to go back to number 40. Look us up on sellahousearizona.com, Google Plus address, and go back to go to the video. Sell a House YouTube, sellahousearizona.com site. I don't even know how to get there. I don't know nothing about this internet crap. Go find us out there, either on YouTube or Google Plus. Find these dang hangouts. Go back to number 40. You guys got all the technology. I don't. You know how to do all this stuff. Go back to number 40 and watch number 40 through here real quick, because we just started. We just got a couple new people. We just got some excitement going on, and this will really get you. The first 3 there, 40 through 43, or 40 through 45, actually, the first 5, will really give you an idea of what we're trying to do, get you excited about this. And starting with 45, these last couple here, including today, we've really kind of talked about Mark's progression, and obviously now we're throwing in Lachlan's progression as well too. So this will give you an idea really what we're all about, what we're doing, and really how quickly productivity is taking place by us sharing with you what's happened with these 2 guys in just a short period of time. And like John said, Mark, after a week, he's already got a payday penciled in for next month. Unfortunately, seller's going to be unavailable for a period of time, so the whole thing's kind of gone on hold. But as soon as they're ready to go, they're calling us. We're getting a deal. We're contracting it. We're selling it. So Mark's got a penciled in payday for next month, and Lachlan right now, after just one day, has an appointment for a potential contract to be acquired after just one, and not even after one day. I mean, literally after our meeting of the minds to just clue them in, bring them up to speed, get them on board, et cetera, and so on. We're talking about an hour and a half's worth of work, and he's got a freaking showing to go get a contract. All right, an hour and a half. Come on now. How good is that? So yeah, I just want to say, if you're new here to these hangouts, you happen to see this is something exciting to you, jump back to number 40, watch these last 6, and really get excited about what we're doing here. And if you're that guy, if you're the dream right here, send that email, send it. Otherwise, you're going to miss the boat.
Yeah, no, that says it all. I just want to get for the guys watching, another congratulations, and they're excited about this, and the reason they're excited about this is because they're seeing their actions getting results when they've been taking actions, because these guys aren't success in wholesaling isn't because they didn't take actions and they didn't have heart and that they weren't out there trying. It's just that they were being pointed in the wrong direction and they didn't really know where to start. And what we were able to show people, and even people with experience, like I said, both Lachlan and Mark have experience with dealing with people, and they've had success in other markets with real estate, and the methods they were using before don't work anymore. That's the bottom line. Not in the Phoenix market, and as Paul and I have discussed in earlier hangouts, the Phoenix market is kind of like I guess you can say the leader in the nation as far as other markets following suit. I mean, we're one of the first markets to be hit the hardest with the crash, one of the quickest to drop to the bottom and reach back to where I think right now we're right at where pricing is stabilized and, in my opinion, where it should be. And I'd love to kind of get into this on a future hangout and break that down for you, why my opinion is my opinion, and the facts that back it. But right now, I think we're in a stable market in Phoenix. It's recovered. I don't see it skyrocketing at 18% anymore. I would be worried if it started to do that. In fact, I'm keeping my eyes open for that moment because, personally, that's the sign of another bubble. I think the public's a little bit smarter now about running out and taking the free low-interest rate money and just going and getting into a home. It's a different world since 2008, and Paul and I have touched upon that, which means not only is it a different world across the nation in all business, but especially it's a different environment for wholesaling properties. And I know a lot of you guys out there, aspiring wholesalers, even a lot of people that have been wholesalers for years, are now up against the fact that they're lacking in deals. And why is that? Because you're using old methods that don't work anymore. And that's what we promised we would talk a little bit about on Monday, is some of the don'ts in this business. I'm going to get into one of those and throw it back to Paul. But what's one of the things, Paul, that all these different programs teach you when you sign up for it? And that is to go ahead and call up your title company or go to listsource.com and get a list of like absentee landlords, absentee owners who bought property prior to a certain year and use our form letter that we're providing you in our program, because it's an awesome letter that works, and send this out to your list. Guess what? That's a huge quote. First of all, these people, there's hundreds of people in every market sending letters to the same list. And you know what? You taking some other guru's form letter and just sending that out to that list, they're getting 10, 15 of the same letter. And they think you're a joke, and they're not going to call you back. You know what? I'm not saying direct mail doesn't work. But don't send a generic letter you printed off some program and send it to a list they suggest that everybody is selling, marketing to. You need to be creative, design your own marketing materials, and you need to gather your own leads. One of the key points here, and you know what? Without letting the cat out of the bag, and sometimes you've got to just observe, open your mind, and listen to the words that come out of people's mouths, because God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth for a reason. Use them in proportion. One thing Paul and I have said is that we don't generate leads, we gather them. Lead generation is going out and getting a list based on a demographic, but everybody's doing that same thing. So think about what lead gathering might actually mean. We're not going to tell you what we're doing and what exactly our proprietary system is unless you're on this team. But creativity, lead gathering, and don't do what everybody else is doing. Don't buy a program and expect that if you send the form letter to the list that they're suggesting that you're going to have all the wealth that they're telling you you're going to have, because it's quite frankly, it's bullshit. So that's the don't that I wanted to bring up today, and I'm going to throw it back to Paul and listen to his words of wisdom that he's prayed for and we pray for every day at the end of these calls.
I mean, it's so obvious. I mean, how many people were at the seminar that you were at? How many people went to the back of the room and bought the same product that you bought? How many of those people went home and read the same product that you read? Of course, we all know that, you know, probably half the people that actually went to the back of the room and bought the product took it home and put it on a shelf and look at it again. But still, how many people, you know, you're there, you saw it, you saw this happen. All those people went back, they bought the product. They got the same thing you have, exact same thing you have. They're doing the exact same thing you are. They're sending out to the exact same people you're sending out to, the exact same letter, information, marketing piece, whatever, that you're sending out to. And just like John said, somebody gets one, they go, oh, what's this? Oh, well, that's interesting. Okay. They get a second one, they go, oh, wow, didn't I just get one of these? And they get a third one, they're like, wait a minute, what's going on here? Well, what is this crap? You know, geez, here's another one. Oh, my God, look at this crap. I mean, seriously, come on. I mean, how would you feel if this was coming to your mailbox? Okay? All right? Put yourself in the other person's shoes and use your brain and do something different. I mean, that first of all right there, even if you're mailing to the same list, at least if you don't mail the same stupid letter, it might make a difference. You know what I mean? You got to be different. There's a thing in this world for every business called a USP. That's a unique selling proposition. All right? A form letter that 15 other people are using is nothing unique about it. Okay? You have to set yourself apart from your competition. That's the bottom line. Okay? If you're copying, you're just another freaking, you know,
wholesaler.
Another wholesaler, exactly. So, I mean, I'm just trying to drive the point home that, you know, a unique selling proposition is something that is important to your success. And if you're not using a unique selling proposition, if you're using a copied selling proposition, then you're just another brick in the wall, and you're no different from anything else. And, you know, when you look at a brick wall, do you actually focus upon one and go, wow, I really like that brick right there? No. You go, it's a freaking brick wall. Look at, they're all the same. You know, I think that's what you are in these people's eyes, and that's why your marketing piece is going directly in the garbage, and you're not getting any phone calls. So, anyway, there you go. I mean, sorry for the cold hard truth, guys, but Property noodlers do it different.
Yeah, ask my ex-wife how different I do it. Anyways, no, like I said, I agree with Paul. You got to have a unique selling proposition, and you've got to make yourself stand out. So I've got a little homework for people who are joining us who may still be on the fence of contacting Paul and I, which I don't understand why. Even if you don't want to join the team, but you want a connection in real estate, you want a connection to the Phoenix market, you want a connection to deals, you're looking at the biggest, I don't know, you're looking at two big players in the wholesale game here in Phoenix. And, reach out to us no matter on whatever level you want to connect with us on. We're open to making relationships with anybody out there that shares our mindset. And quite frankly, we're straight shooters. We're going to tell you how it is. And for a lot of the people out there that are the big wholesalers in Phoenix, there's a couple, and they're out there doing seminars, and they've got materials online, and they run real estate education businesses, and they're awesome business people. But one thing that they're not doing is actually wholesaling properties. They're selling education, and I know it, and Paul knows it, and they know it. The problem is the students who are buying their courses and sending the generic letters and listening to the seminar that hundreds of other people don't realize. Like, it just amazes me when I go to one of these things and I'm sitting around like 200-300 people, and they're all like, oh man, like they're being let in on some big secret. How is it a big secret or anything unique if 300 people are hearing the same message at one time and then starting up the next day and going out? I mean, I always know when a seminar comes through town because I'll drive down the street and I'll see the "we buy houses, any condition, any area." That everybody's doing the same thing. Paul and I are unique, and we have unique selling propositions, which is what makes our wholesaling business successful, and why we can have Lachlan and Mark come on the team and utilize what our techniques and our system and get deals on the table within a short period of time. And if you do what a lot of these other people are telling you and charging you large dollar amounts to do, it's getting you nowhere fast. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but you know what? Do you have 6 months to sit down and send a generic form letter out to a large list, and it costs money, and you get about 2 to 3% return, meaning for every 100 letters, you might get 2 or 3 phone calls. You got to look at probably 50 properties before you get 1 or 2 decent deals. So if you need 50 phone calls, do the math. You need approximately for every 100, so that's 50 divided by 2. You need 2,500 letters at $1 a letter. Do you have 2,500 bucks? No. So unless you have $2,500
you don't have $2,500. That's why you're buying the $97 course.
If you need a minimum of $2,500 to market successfully to get a deal with direct mail marketing. Bottom line, you know how I know it's true?
Been there.
Testimony. We've spent thousands of dollars on that stuff. Thousands. Probably in the tens. And I'm just going to say most.
We did a lot of that while it was, quote, working. At the time when it actually was working.
Right. And it has worked. And it's just that, we've learned that, hey, you know what? Even with the unique selling proposition that we have, sending to those lists with our unique brand and our unique letter and our awesome style, still the returns from these people are diminished. Because like Paul said, they might not even get through our unique letter because they're just like, another letter, give me a beep break, and it's going in the trash along with all the other form letters that they've thrown away. And, with that being said, it's not poo-pooing the education that these guys are out there giving, because they're pointing you in the right direction, they're getting you motivated, and they're getting you out of your seats to get started. but they're not going to tell you what really works because they're not going to create competition for their own business. We're not looking at you joining our team as someone that we're gonna be training and recruiting a competitor. We're trying to create a co-opetition team. That's the point. A team. That's what we're about. That's what we're looking to do. That's why we're only allowing certain people in, because we're creating a team to encourage each other and have friendly competition. So with that being said, I think we're wrapping up on time. I'm going to go ahead and toss it back over to Paul for a final thought, and he can close us out with our prayer that we do each and every morning when we're on these things.
Yeah, we basically want to create a team of wholesalers nationwide eventually. Right now, it's got to start somewhere. It's got to start small. It's starting right here in Phoenix. Like I said, we're looking for one know-nothing that has nothing more than a dream to fill up this final spot. Maybe we can take two people that are in that situation in reality, now that I think about it, but either way, regardless. And to build this team nationwide that John says is a cooperative. It's not where it's not here, buy our program and go start your own business. You're in business for yourself. Good luck. Let us know somewhere down the road how successful you did. That's not what this is all about. This is all about, in actuality, you being in business by yourself, yes, but you're still in business, but you're not in business. I'm sorry, wait a minute. This is all about you not being in business. This is all about, rewind. This is all about you, being in business for yourself, okay? That's obviously because we're not hiring employees here, okay? We are getting you started in your own business. So you are in business for yourself. But ultimately, within our program, within our network, within our cooperative, you are not in business by yourself. We're
building entrepreneurs.
We're all working together in this. That's another unique difference, a USP for property noodlers. You're not alone in this. You're going to be able to collaborate and mastermind with others. So this is a unique program, 100% top to bottom. Get in now while we got space. We're looking for people in a couple of other markets. So we're just about full here in Phoenix, but we'll be bringing this back to you all, available for anybody to get into this in the very, very near future. So with that, O Universe, I ask not for more riches, but for more wisdom with which to create. My mind is just all over the place this morning. We ask not for more riches, but for more wisdom, consisting of the power to control and direct my own mind to whatever end I might desire, and like I said, I was starting to say, with which to create a whole new future for ourselves and the world. Make the world a better place. So with that, goodbye, everybody. See you tomorrow for the mastermind. Open invitations to all who are in the group. Anybody who's sent a Property Noodler Gmail, you can get an invite to join in on the mastermind session tomorrow. It's an open forum, and looking for people to hop in and let's talk. Let's talk about what real estate wholesaling is. So if you want to put a plug in for that, and we'll see you tomorrow, 8 a.m. Arizona time, which is Mountain Standard Time, U.S. All are invited. Oh, wait a minute. Tomorrow's not. I'm on the wrong stupid hangout. We don't have we got nothing tomorrow. We'll see you Friday.